Hello everybody, welcome to MAP. This is my review of the Black Ops 3 beta. Yes, the game that everybody is claiming that could be game of the year. I'm just pretty much giving you today my dislikes, my likes, and hopes for the future of Black Ops 3. So let's indulge right into it. When really looking at my full disclosure of this game, first of all, is that I'm not really saying whether or not you should buy or get this game or pre-order it. I'm just giving you my own personal view on how I see Black Ops 3 and the ways I see it in my own views. First of all, I'm going to be looking at my dislikes. First of all, when looking at Black Ops 3, I know it's a beta, and I know the final release is not till, I believe, November 6th or something crazy like that. Really not far. So, I mean, by final, they may not change anything I dislike. They might not change anything by the final release. But I at least know that this is the way I really see my dislikes. My first dislike was really the mechanics of the new exosuit. What I'm saying by this is the mechanics that they did use for these quote-unquote exosuits is really bizarre. The one thing I did not like specifically is when I would jump and then I'd have fall damage. Now, with Advanced Warfare, we never had that problem, right? Where the exosuit would really hamper your fall damage if anything would happen. But realistically now, if you come up from like a 3-story or 4-story height, you fall and take fall damage. Now, let's just say you have just like someone hit you with a single bullet. As soon as you fall from that mid height, you die. And I thought that was extremely bad on the part of, why are we taking fall damage for being a suit in a mechanized era of Call of Duty itself? Like, in Advanced Warfare, we didn't have that problem. That was really one of my critical views on it. But also, the way you can wall climb now, I find that a little bit bizarre for one of two reasons. One is that sometimes you won't stick on, even if you have your stick all the way to the wall. And I felt that sometimes of a problem, and specifically why they had it climbable on the wall in certain situations that didn't really make sense at all. I had a lot of times where I would fall off, and that would be a huge problem for me because I'm like, oh great, now I can't even recover myself. I felt like that was a really big issue when you're going off of like the edges of buildings and there's a sheer drop off to your death. And I really hope that that is something, as I will get to later, is something that they can change. My second dislike is score streaks can make you invincible. Yes, score streaks can make you invincible. Now, the reason why I say this is because I got into at least, I would say about 5 matches. And in those 5 matches, these guys were literally getting like 70 kills in domination. And that was because they were literally, every time they would die, they would still have at least 2 score streaks that at least kept them able to have high enough score streaks to continually kill people and get more kills as opposed to dying. And I felt like that was a real big issue. In Advanced Warfare, even if you get score streaks, you still have the probability of dying and your score streak reset. Now, as you could also use the score streaks that you got during the time you die, or before it, or the stuff that you haven't used, and that still can lead to you either having a high score streak or none at all. And I feel like in Advanced Warfare, that was something that was really pivotal that you could not take advantage of. In the Black Ops 3, I saw way too many people with at least 70 kills, or as high as I once saw one person was 96 kills. And I thought that was a bit absurd. I don't know if that's something that they can really change. I don't know if the score streaks can be really dumbed or taken away in potency. But that was one of my huge dislikes, is that these score streaks can make you invincible. Now, my other third dislike is looks really not improved. I could really compare both Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3, and I thought to myself, what if, okay, people have been saying, yeah, they've really changed. The graphics look much better. And I really found myself to not actually liking or seeing an improvement in how the graphics look. Like, I have a really good setup, and I didn't see a single real difference in Black Ops 3 in terms of the way the weapons look, the way the people look, the way the interfaces look. I mean, there's really no difference in my opinion. I think really, I don't know if that's something that they really changed, if they intentionally did it that way, but I honestly see no difference in the way the clarity of the maps look or characters, guns, or anything else in that. scenario, I didn't see a real difference in how they look. I do think though that that's mainly because this is multiplayer. I mean, they can't really improve too much on how the multiplayer world works and how it feels and looks, and I think that's something that really can't change. Now, by the time we see the actual campaign and, you know, more of the DLC stuff, they might change that, but as of right now, because of the with the beta, I see no real improvement in the graphics or interface of between Advanced Warfare and the Black Ops 3 beta. Now, my fourth dislike is something that a lot of people have liked, and it is something I do like to a certain degree, and that's something I will get onto later, but it is the specialists. The specialists, to me, are a little bit, some of them, overpowered. Now, a lot of people I have seen complained about some of the perks that some of these specialists get, and specifically saying that these specialists are, some of them, overpowered. Like that one Asian character, the Asian girl character, she has a pistol that's literally a one-shot kill. And same thing with some people were looking at that one shot cannon that that one big dude had. I forget his name, but it's like a shot cannon where it literally paralyzes a person and they die. Also, on this one other girl, she's the one that smokes the cigar in the screen, load screen, is where she's literally having like this grenade launcher. It's an automatic kill. It's really annoying, and I think people have looked at the specialists and been like, wow, these things are a little bit overpowered. I think eventually that one of my maybe like an add-on to a dislike of this is that people are going to find that one loadout, as they have in all of the previous Treyarch games, that is literally so overpowered that everyone's going to want to use it. And I think specifically that may happen in the future, and I hope that is something that I hope Treyarch fixes in the end when the final release happens, and hopefully that they can fix that. But as I have my dislikes for the specialists, there are things that I do love about the specialists, and I think specifically is the diversity that it is creating. In Advanced Warfare, certain things such as like a helmet would give you no reason as to really saying it's better. It's just a look, and I felt like even with the exos, there was no difference between one exo to the next. And I feel like now that these movements with the specific specialists is a little bit different, and I think that does create a better understanding of how we see the game and how we are going to be looking at the specialists specifically, because now specialists are diverse and they create a sense of where you can take your character or take your loadout to a totally different level that you really cannot see in Advanced Warfare. And I think the Black Ops 3 crew and Treyarch did an amazing job, and so did Activision, on making these specialists a little bit different, and I really did like it. Now, another thing that I do want to get to, though, really, is everyone now has access to specific weapons. Now, in Advanced Warfare, and I know a lot of people can agree, is that not everyone has like the Bow Inferno or the Bow, gosh, there's another one that's extremely strong. There's the Inferno, oh, whatever. There was another one that was extremely strong. And there was people that had a lot of legendary weapons. There's people who had access to like the AE4. You know, you didn't have to have ammo. And I felt like now they've evened the playing field. If you are a good enough player, they will absolutely give you the opportunity to really work on not only having the access to weapons that other people do or do not have. Now you have access to weapons as long as you level up and are a good enough player to level up. And I feel like now this stops people from just like killing themselves, which obviously I think realistically that is something you can do in Advanced Warfare to get a supply drop. And I think now that has changed, they've made the even playing field even better. But this also leads me into that you can now customize the look of weapons. I think that is a great detail. I think that was something that you could sort of do in Advanced Warfare. But in Black Ops 3, now you can do that to an even further level. And I think that's really good. I don't know if that was ever in Black Ops 2. I never played it. I played the original Black Ops. And then, if I remember right, in the original Black Ops, I was never able to do that. I think I was to a certain degree. Like, people could have gold weapons, but I think realistically you can never really get that. And yeah, I just think the customization look is really great. I think the stuff you can add to it is even better. Now, my last point to my likes realistically, is it feels less competitive. And what I mean by that is, in Advanced Warfare, and it really has been since I think even Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 4, is that a lot of people that are casual players have really looked at how Black Ops 3 is really the less competitive of those four genres of Call of Duty. And I do believe that it is a less competitive gameplay. Like in this video, I only did Team Deathmatch, Hardpoint, and I believe I did Domination. Yeah, Hardpoint, Domination, and Team Deathmatch. And what I really felt is that these game modes were not as, I feel, as competitive and were more fun. And I feel like, you know, even if I died, I actually appreciated it because in certain situations it actually felt right. In Advanced Warfare, I was literally cussing out the screen, getting pissed because I was so mad about certain situations that I couldn't really change. But also, I felt like in those certain situations, I needed to not die or I needed that kill. In Black Ops 3, I don't know if it's just simply because it's the beta, and I feel like maybe it's more people are real chill about this point with the beta. You know, people really look at the gameplay now and think, wow, this was an amazing idea to make it just feel more or less non-competitive and make it more of a fun game. I think Treyarch did an amazing job as really pointing that out. I feel like Sledgehammer, in all their honesty, did want to make it a competitive game in Advanced Warfare, and you know, they realistically did that mainly because of the three-dimensional outlook that they did create. They weren't the first, but I feel like the way they used the exosuit and everything else, it made it more of a competitive matchup, and now with Black Ops 3, that's a little bit different. Now, this is more going to be the longer, and this is me talking about my hopes for the final release of Black Ops 3. The first thing I want to really look at that I hope that they do change is the exo mechanics. As I talked about in my dislikes, is the things about, you know, just certain little mechanics like fall damage. I feel like if you have a suit on, it shouldn't really affect you. That's just my opinion. I don't know if they'll actually change that. That's something that the developers will have to think about. And I know other people have had complaints about what I'm talking about. And, you know, whatever happens in the future happens, and I feel like, you know, the exo mechanics do need to be tweaked just a little bit. Realistically, I know that they have been trying to take a step back from Advanced Warfare because they felt like the three-dimensional gameplay was really something that they could bring to the table, but they didn't want to make it so broad as what was brought into for Advanced Warfare, where you could just strafe another way and strafe to another side. I feel like, you know, it's a little bit different. It's more classic Call of Duty mixed with what Advanced Warfare brought, bringing us a whole new gameplay that I feel like Black Ops 3 can potentially bring to a higher level than before, and I feel like that'll be a greater mechanic that will be amazing for the community. Now, my real second points for the hopes is, like, I hope we can customize a little bit more. Now, when I'm talking about the customization, I hope we can customize realistically how our characters look. And I felt like the reason why they might not have brought that detail in is because, well, it would be kind of pointless to customize a character now when you're not going to be able to really play with them for a couple months now, because I think we're, what is it, August? I mean, yeah, it's August, so we're talking about 3 months from now of gameplay, and, you know, or less than 3 months, and we're talking about, you know, customization. Why would we do it now? And I feel like, you know, I hope that is something in the final release that they do add. I feel like specialists need to be customized because, honestly, I don't want to see 12 of the same person. I mean, at least in Advanced Warfare we could customize. I felt like that was a great idea. I hope Black Ops 3 can have that same idea. Maybe change it up a little bit, where if you have a certain helmet, you can make that helmet look a certain way. I felt like that would be a great idea. Hopefully they can do something about that. Also, another thing that I really want to get onto about something of a hope for the future is the way not the way characterization looks, but really on how the gameplay of multiplayer can change. And I feel like the one thing that they can do for the multiplayer interface and everything else is really give us a fresh gameplay. Like, we shouldn't have to go onto this sort of persona that Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare are two totally different things. I mean, of course, they are two totally different games, but we have to look at it as, I hope that Treyarch looks at Advanced Warfare, takes away its mistakes, adds on to the things that made it great, and put it into the final release. Now, obviously, I'm one of those people that doesn't like the fact that they're using DLCs to get more money out of people. I haven't seen how much the season pass is. I think it's $40, but I really hope, realistically, that they can change that, because my God, I hate DLCs. I think they're the biggest ripoff that the video game industry can ever do to a player. I think, realistically, if we're going to pay $60 for a game and then have to shell out another $40 for 4 DLC packs, that's something that the Advanced Warfare team and Sledgehammer did to us anyway. Why are you going to follow that path, Treyarch? Why are y'all going to do that, Activision? I think it's a dumb idea. I hope they can change that maybe in the future. I don't know if they'll be able to do that for Black Ops 3. I don't know if they'll give us an incentive for like doing really good at the game and then you get those for free. I don't know. I hope Activision or Treyarch does something to change that. That's just one of my main complaints. I know a lot of people feel the same way. A lot of people do believe DLCs should be looked at a different way. And yeah, that's really how we should be really looking at the multiplayer world. That's how we should be really focusing on those ordeals. Now finally is zombies. I hope we can do something about zombies being a little bit different. I don't know about y'all, but zombies is something that we really do have to fix up on and do a lot about. I think zombies are going to be huge this year. I think they're going to be great and bad, or much greater this year. I really hope they don't have exo movements in them. I hope they keep them the old classic way, Treyarch style, and the way Activision can do it better. But this is my review. I hope everybody had a great time playing the beta. If you didn't, just wait till November. I honestly think this is a game that has a lot of potential, and I hope people do look at it that way. But finally, I just want to say, hit the like button if it helps out a great deal. It really shows that hopefully the community can see this video and see also what Activision and Treyarch can see of this video. Maybe take some opinions out of it. Also, subscribe. I will be posting more videos in the future, specifically maybe not about Black Ops 3, but other games as well. I will be doing reviews, but also other things about the gaming world. I will be releasing more stuff on Terraria and Limbo. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. And just hit the like button, subscribe. Helps out a great deal. And see y'all next time, folks. Bye-bye.